Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of Behind the Railway series, where we take a look at the stories of the Railway series and locate their real-life counterparts in history. Next up is the series' 10th book, Four Little Engines, first published in 1955. Each of these stories concern the engines of the Skarloey Railway in the heart of the Island of Sodor. The first story, Skarloey Remembers, serves to introduce the little railway to the series readers. Sir Handel introduces the new engine, Sir Handel and Peter Sam, and all of the trouble caused by Sir Handel's arrogance and misbehavior. Peter Sam and the Refreshment Lady features Peter Sam in a hurry to meet Henry's train, but he leaves behind an important passenger. The final story, Old Faithful, sees the old engine Skarloey pulling a train despite having a damaged spring. In 1951, the Reverend Audrey was sent a newspaper clipping asking for volunteers at the Talyllyn Railway in Wales. The following year, the Audrey family went to Tywyn in Wales. While Mrs. Audrey took the daughters Hilary and Veronica to the seaside, the Reverend and his son Christopher helped with line repairs, and the Reverend himself worked as a guard on the passenger trains. Every summer afterwards, the Audreys returned to the Talyllyn, and eventually the Reverend and his brother George worked a similar narrow-gauge railway into their map of Sodor. The Sodor engines, Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, and Peter Sam, were each based on the Talyllyn railway engines Talyllyn, Dulgoch, Sir Haydn, and Edward Thomas. Skarloey Remembers is essentially a retelling of the Talyllyn railway history as it was written down by L.T.C. Rolt. Sir Handel was based on some issues with the Talyllyn No. 3 Sir Haydn. The Talyllyn was laid at 2 feet 3.5 inches in spots, causing Sir Haydn's wheels to fall between the rails. Skarloey's heroic run in Old Faithful was based on how the Talyllyn Railway's engines had to bravely struggle to keep the railway running and prevent its closing. The third story in the book, Peter Sam and the Refreshment Lady, was based off an incident that happened to the Reverend Audrey when he worked as a guard on the Talyllyn. The Reverend gave the driver the right of way, but forgot to wait for the railway's refreshment lady, Mrs. Davis, who was also the engine driver's mother-in-law. For its different subject matter, The Four Little Engines was nonetheless a success and featured some more technically accurate illustrations from C. Reginald Dalby. However, the next installment for the Railway series would prove to be Dalby's last run as a series illustrator. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and also leave a comment below. Until next time, I'm Captain Rutledge. Good day.